You are listening to INTERFORM Podcast with Ro on the radio. You're going to want to hear this.
Welcome to INTERFORM Podcast. It's me, Ro on the radio. I got a special guest. All my guests are special. This is my guy, though, okay? Now, for those who have been living under a rock, please introduce yourself, Mr. Anthony Ball, a.k.a. the music mayor of Northwest Arkansas. Introduce yourself, yeah.
Well, my name is Anthony Ball, and I'm from West Memphis, Arkansas. I'm a Aquarius.
Are you?
Yeah,
that makes so much sense.
Does it?
It does.
I play drums. And that's it.
Oh, whatever. No, he didn't do it justice. So, Mr. Anthony Ball is are you the COO, CEO of Music Moves?
I am the vice president slash program director.
Okay, okay. And congratulations, you guys just got a building.
Yes, thank you.
That's a big deal.
That was a really, really big deal. You know, we've had it under wraps for a long time. Like, we've been working on it since November.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things where it was a really, really difficult process because we're perceived to be a certain thing. And when you come through and you're trying to make a purchase that large, there's a lot of tricks that you can run into. But we're super excited. I'm keeping cool right now until we get into space. I never let it show until it's done, you know, and it's rolling. So I'm not. It's not really hit home all the way yet, but I'm excited though. Like, people are showing a whole bunch of love, which that means a lot to me.
Yeah, I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
So
that means a lot.
I have known Anthony since 2013, 14.
I've stopped counting.
I know. We've known each other a long time. I just want to give you your flowers today because I want to say thank you. Because you and your wife, when I first moved here, I was, divorced. I drove this terrible car that was a death trap.
A little bug.
And and I didn't have a lot of support. And you guys helped me make sure my son was taken care of. So I just want to thank you for that.
Your family, we love you.
So we're here today to talk about Juneteenth and Freedom Fest. It's coming up.
Yeah.
I want to know, so first of all, why do you personally feel like it's important for us to celebrate Juneteenth, not just in general, but in the Northwest Arkansas area?
Because it matters. I mean, let's talk about nationally why we should support it. It's the same reason, right?
Right.
Like, we value independence. We value freedoms. That's we kind of have the conversation. We were super intentional last year about just having a video super direct because we had people asking and they were like, why should white people celebrate Juneteenth? And it was just because this is an American holiday of a group of people, regardless of who it is. There's a group of people that got their full rights and their freedoms. So we should celebrate that. So that's simply put. In Northwest Arkansas, we've crowned ourselves as a really progressive area, as an area that loves culture, that loves art, and that's a particular holiday that embodies all of those things. So what better holiday to celebrate than it celebrates culture, it celebrates freedom, it celebrates diversity, it celebrates all those things that Northwest Arkansas we say we are.
Absolutely. I think so. It seems to me that Juneteenth has just been popular with everyone else recently, right? Like, as Black Americans, some Black Americans haven't, but Black Americans, we've been celebrating Juneteenth for a while. But for Northwest Arkansas, I feel like it's kind of a new thing because I remember the first Freedom Fest that we had here in Springdale maybe had 2,000 people. And then last year, how many?
Went crazy, yeah.
It went crazy last year, and I expect it to get bigger and bigger. But what people don't understand, because people ask me about it all the time, is in 1776, as far as that being the 4th of July, we were still not free. So while everybody's having their, American independence celebrations, we're, our ancestors are serving and still
and
enslaved
war.
and fighting a war.
Yeah.
So our freedom didn't come to 89 years later. So that's why it's important for us to understand that just because America was free in 1776 doesn't mean everybody else was. I kind of want to dive into why it's just now basically gotten mainstream, right? Like in the last 5 years, would you say that?
Yeah. I say that. So the quick. Well, let me give the quick answer last.
Trump.
That's my quick answer. That's my quick answer.
Let's be honest.
We have to give him credit.
We have to.
That's the only thing I will give him credit for, I think. But yeah, I mean, he made it popular. He brought a certain awareness to the holiday. But let me jump back and say my truth about Juneteenth. I'm from West Memphis, and you would think we would be celebrating that. We didn't celebrate it. I didn't
Really?
learn about Juneteenth until I moved to a predominantly white area, which was
really.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we didn't. I even look back now. There are small Juneteenth celebrations in Memphis, but it's not as big as you would think it would be. So I came here and I learned about Juneteenth. The U of A, there. Shout out to Danielle Woods. Shout out to Dr. Lonnie Williams, Dr. Janelle Colbert. These are people. Lonnie Williams, he brought it to he was a professor at the U of A, and he created it here in Northwest Arkansas, a black professor. But Danielle Woods and Dr. Janelle Colbert and all those folks at the U of A, they built it here. And so it's been going on for a long time. When I first moved to Northwest Arkansas, it was at the Jones Center. And then it moved to the Murray Park for a couple years. And then it moved to the U of A, to the Gardens for a couple years. But it was always small. It maybe it'd be 1,000 people or something like that. So it was always kind of small, but it was happening. When the pandemic happened and Trump happened, we kind of identified the moment that we were in. Everybody was coming outside again from the pandemic, and we just started kind of calling people and say, "Hey, how can we make this bigger than what it's being?" So we had people like the Waltons, the Family Foundation in Tyson, and some others that, INTERFORM. You guys jumped in with us. I called Robin, and she it was a quick yes for her. So that was kind of my story of Juneteenth in Northwest Arkansas. We didn't celebrate it. Did you guys? Did you celebrate? It's Athens, Tennessee, right?
Athens,
Tennessee.
Athens, yeah, it's about as big as this room.
Did y'all celebrate it there?
Not in the town, but my family did celebrate it. We were not one of the we were at first. I say when my dad lived in Las Vegas when he was in the Air Force. And then we weren't one of the same black families that all dressed up in red, white, and blue and had cookouts, on 4th of July. Because my mom was basically that's technically not really a holiday that's, for us.
Right.
And then as I got older, not really a lot of people knew about it, and I felt uncomfortable even bringing it up. So I just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
So when people said oh, you come into the 4th of July, barbecue or whatever, in the back of my mind, I'm I don't really celebrate the 4th of July, but I would just be oh, I'm not available. So it wasn't until I became an adult that I became comfortable enough in saying that's not really a holiday for me. Mm-hmm. And then actually with the Freedom Festival, it just, the way you guys put it together and the way you bring musical acts, it just made me feel like I wasn't alone. It was just a lot more comfortable. It was something that I could share with people, and it just felt like a safe place. So I really appreciate that, and I see it getting bigger and bigger. Now, without giving anything away, I want to know, what can people expect from Freedom Fest 2023?
To be bigger. It to be bigger.
More food.
Yeah, more food.
Dude, you knew I was gonna bring it up.
I knew that was a thing for you.
Thank you for understanding me.
It's gonna be more food.
Okay.
This year, can we give some
If that's up to you.
Can we?
I didn't want to say anything because it's not my place to say.
So,
but you can if you'd like.
This year, we're gonna have a great music lineup. We're gonna have a lot of food. We're gonna have a lot of art. It's just gonna be bigger than like last year.
Last year was
kinda,
big.
I think it was tough topping it, and I'm hoping we can top this thing. But let's get into the musical acts.
Yes.
So a local band called Funk Factory is going to be playing.
Oh.
All right.
You may have heard of them once or twice.
There's a gospel artist out of Memphis, Lisa Knowles, and the Brown Singers. They'll be performing as well too. We got a guy from Atlanta by the name of Young Jock. He will be performing as well too.
You see me? Just hold on to it. Hold on. Does he have a perm?
I hope so.
Okay.
I hope so.
Okay, he had a perm.
I hope so.
All right.
I want to take a picture with that perm.
Yeah.
I feel like
it was laid.
It was very, very much so laid. And I feel like it could only be laid like that in Atlanta.
Yeah, because in June in Arkansas, I don't know.
And so for the people that like roller skating, there's a roller skating anthem out there called Roller Coaster.
Roller coaster.
So we got the Ohio players coming this year.
Oh my gosh.
So they're going to be here. And last, we got Bone Thugs and Harmony. They're going to be with us as well too. So I figured you would really, really like that.
I literally have a Bone Thugs and Harmony graphic tee.
I didn't
have
text
you
you
seen
that
it?
one. Well, I know. I think is it black?
Yes.
Gold?
Yes.
I've seen it. Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
Yeah. So I didn't. I've been passing artists to you, and we won't get into all the artists because it was frustrating.
I'm gonna tell you the truth though.
No,
you told me one artist. I'm not gonna say who it is.
No,
but I was like, that's not really family friendly.
It was so but it was gonna be iconic though.
That's true.
That's what we was going. We was going for iconic, but we had to really back a little bit.
Okay.
But I knew you were going to enjoy that one, so I think it's a great lineup. I'm excited about it. It's going to be a little bit different, but I think it's going to be bigger than last year. Last year was hard to top.
Mm-hmm.
I can't. I walked through the crowd and I heard this little mixed baby, and she was like, "Mommy, there's so many black people here."
Oh,
like this is awesome.
Yeah.
And I kept walking because I didn't want to draw attention to her.
Yeah.
But like I was like, oh my God, like that's so beautiful for her to be able to see herself. Because that's tough in Northwest Arkansas. We're only 5% in Northwest Arkansas. So and I wanna be able to produce these events to where you can feel that, but also the people that may not be black or whatever, they can feel comfortable with being a part of it as well too. Like at the end of the day, like I said, it's about freedom. It's about a group of people that learned about their freedom, and it should be celebrated. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying? Nobody should be enslaved or in a box, whether you're trans or you're black or whatever. Like you should have your full liberties, like just like everybody else.
And you said something that's very important. Everybody should be able to experience it Juneteenth, because I feel like when Juneteenth first basically came to Northwest Arkansas in a way, a lot of people who are not black did not want to participate because of the guilt.
Yeah.
Like there's so much guilt involved with Juneteenth. Like if you're a white person, you may feel like, am I going to be accepted if I should I celebrate? Like there's just these weird, uncomfortable, awkward feelings when it comes to Juneteenth because they feel like maybe they shouldn't be there.
Yeah.
So I feel like last year was so much different than the previous year, because last year I saw basically everybody, but everybody was in good spirits and it was like a celebratory mood and it was like an all-encompassing event.
Yeah.
Whereas sometimes Juneteenth can bring sort of a somber, feeling to certain people.
Yeah.
So I like the musical aspect of it. That is the first time that I have ever been shy and starstruck when I met
Morris Day?
Yes.
Really?
Yes, James.
James
can be a witness. James was like, "Well, just go over there and say hi to him."
No,
and I was like,
we were in the VIP room together. I remember that. You started squealing when you was like, "Is Jerome here? Is Jerome here?"
I was squealing and obviously I'm not, a super shy person at all. James, don't look at me. But yeah, I was just like, oh my gosh. It was just absolutely, I haven't felt that way in years.
But that was great to see, though. Like I feel like we deserve that in Northwest Arkansas.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like let's be honest, we come to Northwest Arkansas to work.
That's true.
We come here to find a better situation. And so one of the things that I've really been caring about over since we've created Music Moves, and that was 2020, we've been really intentional about bringing community to Northwest Arkansas.
Right.
A lot of times when people move here, they feel like they're on the island. They don't know anybody. Where can I get my hair cut? Where can I go to church?
Is there a black music radio station?
Yeah, where can I find some music? Like when I first moved here, I came here with my case of CDs because there was no radio station here. And I had the big one with like 6 on both sides.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So it feels so good. Like I watched that, and it was kind of like I was like a fly on the wall watching all these different like micro situations where, man, it created that big impact.
Super big.
That was Freedom Festival.
Absolutely. It's just an experience that I did not expect to have here. Like you said, people come here expecting to work, and that's pretty much it. I came here to start over expecting to work as well, but I wasn't coming here expecting to meet Morris Day. I wasn't coming here expecting to have or be a part of or even attend any kind of celebrations of that scale. I wasn't moving here and expecting to go out and have a good time with my friends for a black music or a black film festival or to see H-Town. Like those are real experiences that people can take with them and memories. I want to know what made it imperative for you and imperative as an organization as Music Moves to say we need to bring black music to Northwest Arkansas.
It was earlier on, way before Music Moves was even thought of. When I told everybody in the intro, I'm a drummer. That's what I do. That's my trade. So when I first moved here, I was looking for music to play, and also I play at St. James. Shout out to the St. James family. But when you go out and you look for, like, I'm from West Memphis. You go Beale Street, you can hear blues and you can hear rock and roll, and like that was just, I couldn't get my music at all. And that's kind of how my wife, she pushed me to start doing my own promotions.
Shout out to Anita.
Yeah, that's and she was like, you have the contacts and you have the people behind you, like just do it yourself. So Music Moves was a vehicle to just do it on a larger scale.
Okay.
Honestly, and then we kind of just got more strategic about it. Like it started for selfish reasons. And then I learned that, the things that I yearn for is the same thing that other people yearn for as well too. So how can we take it to the next level from maybe a soul night that we used to do back in the day? Like, how can we take it from that and scale it? Like, how can we make the impact larger? Because there's still people that's leaving Northwest Arkansas because there's nothing here for them. So we kind of took it, Reggie and I, we kind of took it personal. Like, how can we make a bigger impact to where people can feel like they belong here? Like they came here for a job, but they found community when they got here, and that's why they stayed. Because like we decided this was our home. So how can we make it better for us and our kids and the people that's coming here behind us?
Absolutely. I also commend you on creating things for people to look forward to and for adults because, it seems like Northwest Arkansas, Dixon Street is a college town. It's for, 18 to, 21 for children. And so when you have Soul Night or when you have things like this, it is something for, professionals who are 25 and up to look forward to have some community, because I feel like there's a difference between feeling welcome and being welcome. I feel like Northwest Arkansas definitely prides itself on being all inclusive and, making people welcome or welcoming everybody. We welcome everybody, but being welcome and feeling welcome are two different things. And I think that Music Moves is kind of helping with that, to give people something to look forward to.
Yeah, and we're intentional about that too. You know, like, of course, you know, as a young adult, you don't have kids, and you know, when we were in college, it was always the cool thing to be grown and sexy. You know, so you want to get
that was on all the flyers. It's going to be grown and
you
sexy.
Come out and you grown and sexy. You know, so like that's what we want to create, and you know, now it's like, how do you build that bigger impact? You know, for stuff like that's, like for Freedom Festival. All right, let's do something where it's for families, because now, you know, I got kids. You have a son. You know, the people that used to be grown and sexy or still grown and sexy, you know, you just got some little chaps.
Less on the sexy.
You just got some little chaps that's with you now. You know, so how do we encourage those kids to and I want my kids to experience the things that I experienced, you know, and that's what I heard so much of when we had Montel Jordan and Morris Day. They was like, this is my music that I listen to. Right. You know, my niece, I talked to my niece afterwards. She's 14. Shout out to Kyra. You know how when they get to like 14, 15, 16, they too cool for anything, right? And you know, afterwards I was like, well, how'd you like the show? Yeah. And she was like, that was the funnest show I've ever been to.
Really? A teenager said that?
Are you serious?
Okay.
You know, so for me, it was a proud moment for us to share. I mean, these are Black icons.
Absolutely.
These are the people that came before us and did great things and just major contributors. And for our youth to appreciate that was awesome for me. It kind of built a bridge between the older generations and the younger generations.
It was something for everybody to enjoy, for sure.
Absolutely.
Where do you see Freedom Festival in, like, let's say Freedom Fest 2026? What does that look like?
So my first goal was to make Juneteenth Freedom Festival bigger in Northwest Arkansas. Now the goal is to make it the biggest in Arkansas. Oh. And then we're going to be the biggest in our region. Like, I want people from Tulsa, Joplin, Kansas City, Fort Smith, Little Rock. I want them migrating to Northwest Arkansas because they're going to put on the biggest show for Juneteenth. And I think it's wide open. You know, I think last year, as far as attendance, we had the biggest Juneteenth last year in the state.
Had to be.
Yeah, you know, so I just want us to build off of that. Like, I want this to be a regional thing. You know, again, like I said, like Northwest Arkansas has prided ourselves off of diversity, off of art and culture. So let's prove it. Right. You know, like let's have something that we can point to and say, hey, we do this the best out of anybody in our area. I guess that's the athlete that's inside of me, just the competitive side. But I want us to put our money where our mouth is. Let's put on the biggest party for Juneteenth.
That sounds amazing. How can people get involved with Music Moves or Juneteenth? Do you need like volunteers? Like, where can people go to find out more information about Music Moves? Yeah, I mean, this is a community event, so we always want to hear from the community. We're easy to talk to. You can get with us on our social media platforms. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook. It's all Music Moves AR. You can also hit us up on our website, www.musicmovesar.com. Reach out to us. I would love to have more community partners this year, years to come, sponsors, more volunteers, more vendors. We're going to continue to just add on and build on top of what we're already doing. So please reach out to us. We're going to have a fantastic kid zone that'll have bouncy house, free food, you know, games and all sorts. So we want to make sure everybody is safe. We want to make sure everybody's having a good time, and there's something for everybody. So yeah, reach out to us. We'll love to partner with everybody on however we can. Awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time when your Bass Pro Shops hat.
Listen, before I get off of here, I want to say how much I love Rochelle. I'm gonna take the high road.
Oh, why you? Listen, you ain't got to. I can take it.
You know I don't have any problem getting low with you too. But
They get low, I get nasty.
You know what I'm saying? I don't, but I know people that will.
I will.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely will.
But
James, I absolutely will.
But I want everybody to know how much I love Rochelle, and I'm super proud. I came from a single mom, so I know how hard it is. You have done an amazing job. You're a superstar now. I used to have Ro to myself, Anita and I, and now we have to share her with everybody in Northwest Arkansas. But there's no other person in Northwest Arkansas I want to share the stage and I share this platform with. So love you to death. You my sister for life.
Oh, I love you. You're my litmus test, right, on Facebook.
Is that right?
You know so many people that if there's a friend request, you're one of those 2 or 3 people that pop up. It's like, oh, this person is friends with Anthony Ball. I'm like, okay, then they're good, right? You're the Facebook litmus test guy.
Listen, everybody out there, I used to be a club promoter. Do not use me as a test.
Oh no.
I'm probably the last 3 years I've been cleaning up. I've hit 5,000 times.
Yes.
So
I've had to delete people.
I'm cleaning up my Facebook of people that I have no idea who it is.
Are you going to make that status like, if you made the cut?
No. Then... I told you, I'm super chill. I'm gonna take you off my page, but you ain't gonna know.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not a boisterous person at all.
Like I said you were. I know. You mute people, I mute them too. Thank you so much, Anthony Ball, the music mayor. That was INTERFORM Podcast. I'm Ro on the radio. Make sure you follow INTERFORM on Instagram. It's interform.art. Or you can go to our website, interform.art. Thanks, Anthony.
Love you, girl.
Love you.
You are listening to INTERFORM Podcast with Ro on the radio. You're going to want to hear this.